We all think of music as just entertainment, right? It's the background soundtrack to our lives. But what if I told you it's actually much, much more than that? What if it's one of the most powerful psychological tools we interact with every single day, and most of the time we don't even realize it's happening? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the secret psychology of music. I mean, really think about that for a second. How is it possible that just a few notes, a simple melody, can take you from feeling down to totally euphoric? Or make you feel nostalgic for a time you'd almost forgotten? It feels like magic, but it's not. It's actually a very specific science happening inside your brain, and we're about to break down exactly how it works. And this right here gets to the absolute heart of it. Listening to music isn't a passive experience, or sound just washes over you. No way. It's an active process. It is an agent of change, literally rewiring things inside your own mind. So how on earth does it do that? Well, the real secret to music's incredible power is that it works subconsciously. It's not trying to argue with you or convince you of anything with logic. It's just changing you from the inside out before you even have a chance to think about it. Okay, let's get into the mechanics of this because it's fascinating. You can think of it like this. Music gets a special, all-access VIP pass that other types of information, like spoken language, just don't get. It completely skips the line, blowing right past all the logical filters and security guards of your conscious mind. And this is where you can really see the difference. Look, when you hear someone speaking, your brain has to stop and interpret it. It asks questions like, what do these words mean? Does this make sense? Do I agree with this? But with music, these sound patterns are processed automatically. They completely bypass that logical checkpoint and go straight to the emotional centers of your brain. It is a direct, unfiltered connection. And here's what's happening all at once. It's kind of like a perfectly synchronized operation. The rhythm starts to entrain your brain waves, getting them to sync up with the beat. At the same time, your emotion centers start assigning feelings to those sounds. Then your reward circuits kick in, already anticipating a little hit of pleasure. And maybe the most important part, your analytical resistance, that critical, skeptical part of your brain, is lowered. You just become way more open and receptive. So, now that our defenses are down, our brain is perfectly primed for conditioning. And this is the moment where music stops being just a sound in the background and starts becoming a habit, a craving even, and a really powerful tool for influence. The key player in all of this is a little something called dopamine manipulation. Now, you've probably heard of dopamine. It's that feel-good chemical in your brain. What happens is your brain learns to associate a certain song or even just a specific beat drop with an emotional reward, that rush of dopamine. It gets so good at predicting this that it starts releasing the chemical in anticipation of the sound. Think about that. You're getting the reward before the thing you're waiting for even happens. This process creates an incredibly powerful conditioning loop. It's a really simple but effective four-step cycle. First, your brain hears the sound it recognizes. Step 2, your reward circuits immediately light up, expecting that good feeling. Step 3, boom, you get the dopamine hit and it feels great. And finally, step 4, your brain logs that entire experience and basically says, okay, that was awesome, let's do that again. And that right there creates this powerful self-reinforcing cycle. And here's the real kicker. Over time, your brain gets trained. So instead of looking inward to manage your feelings, to calm yourself down or to pump yourself up, it learns to reach for an external tool. It learns to reach for your playlist. We essentially start outsourcing our emotional regulation to sound. And that brings us to how we actually use this in our day-to-day lives. We all intuitively build this little psychological toolkit with our music. We don't just pick songs we like the sound of. We pick songs that we know will produce a specific, desired mental state. This chart just lays it all out so clearly. Feeling stressed, you put on some slow ambient music and it physically calms your nervous system, making you more suggestible. Need to get hyped for a workout? Fast, aggressive music stimulates your arousal systems, making you more impulsive. Repetitive, minimal beats can literally create a trance-like state. And then you have lyrics, which are so clever because they pair language directly with emotion, embedding ideas deep inside your subconscious. But here's the thing. Over time, these choices do so much more than just manage your mood in the moment. They actually start to shape your identity. Music becomes the anchor for your most powerful memories. It helps you reinforce the image of who you want to be or who you think you are. And of course, it connects you to a tribe, creating this incredibly powerful sense of social belonging. Your playlist literally becomes a blueprint of you. So, okay, after hearing all of this, how should we approach music differently? Well, the key isn't to stop listening. Of course not. It's to start listening with a whole new level of awareness. It's about understanding the powerful psychological transaction that's taking place every time you hit play. This quote really puts a fine point on it, doesn't it? When you look at it through this dark psychology lens, music stops being just art. It's a technology of control, and a very effective one at that. It can regulate our stress, it can intensify our desires, and it can soften our critical resistance to new ideas.
So, what's the big takeaway here? Well, it's this. The more we rely on music to automatically manage our internal state without even thinking about it, the less we actually practice doing it for ourselves. This unconscious reliance, this emotional dependence, it slowly takes the place of true self-awareness.
Which, of course, brings us to our final question. The next time you press play on a song to change how you feel, it's worth taking just a second to ask yourself, are you choosing the music, or has the music, and the way it's conditioned you, already chosen for you? It's a pretty fascinating thought to leave you with.